Hey guys, how you doing today? So I haven't gotten my BoxyCharm yet still, which is really surprising to me considering we're halfway through the month, but hopefully it'll be here soon. In the meantime, I did get something else. I've had this about a week, but I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. We got the Jeffree Star Blood Money palette because I have all of the other blood palettes over there, so I wanted this one too. And if you have opinions about what kind of a human being he is, I really don't want to hear them. He makes good makeup. I'm just trying to finish the set. I don't necessarily agree with all of his values, but look at how pretty this is. It has got some great colors, and so we're going to dig in. I've already put moisturizer on my face because we've had summer weather all week. It's kind of nuts. I'm going to start with the Born This Way concealer as my eye primer, as I usually do. I mean, I guess I could use one of the other ones I have. I just don't usually do that. I do have primers, lots of primers, but I just feel like this works the best for me in most cases. I do actually somewhere around here have a black eye primer. It's one of my makeup palettes that I got from the Balm forever ago from either Ipsy or BoxyCharm, I don't remember which, but I had a black, and it was kind of neat. It darkened up things. So let's see, what are we going to start with? We're going to start with a fluffy brush is what we're going to start with. I haven't really swatched any of these. I don't know what any of them look like. But I am going to start with Private Island right here. Just kind of as that right underneath the brow bone. Kind of one to blend things into. It's a nice kind of greenish brown. Greenish tan, mostly tan, but you know, I do appreciate that in a palette when it's a colorful palette like this, to have those one or two neutral colors to use, you know, because if you don't have a neutral like this for sitting right up underneath your brow bone, then you have to go find another palette to do that. So I appreciate that that's in there. I don't think any of the other colors would have really worked for that, to be honest, unless maybe that really minty green in the very top, but I don't know. Obviously, my shirt is very, very green. It's also blue, like navy blue. I almost wish I had blue blood out too, but the point is to use this palette. So we're definitely going for a green look. So I think, hard time. Biggest problem is I don't know what any of these look like, and so I don't know what colors I want to use. Let's see, Self-Made. Well, Self-Made's not bad. Equity. What else might be good? I think Mint Condition is going to be too light. Oh, look at that. That's Mint Condition. I mean, it's not a bad color. I'm just saying. These ones aren't the right shade of green for my shirt, are they? Let's see. Maybe Make It Rain? Just Make It Rain. Make It Rain's not bad. And then we've got this Poison Ivy. Oh, wow. That's Poison Ivy. That is really green. Woo, buddy. That's nuts. I'm trying to keep them in the same tone of green as my shirt, although I think I already failed with that top. That's okay, though. That's just our really light blending color. Let's try Heavy Weighted. I have a makeup wipe down here so I can wipe things off in my hand as I go. That's a good color. And then I'm thinking Crocodile Tears right here. Oh, Crocodile Tears is good. And then there's Jaded, which is a darker green. Oh, that's pretty too. What does Persuasion look like? Persuasion looks almost like a dark olive brown. Yeah, that one's not going to be helpful today. I do like these three, though. The Heavy Weighted, Crocodile Tears, and Jaded. I think we can do a look with those colors. And maybe top it off with Emerald Estate. Oof, this one's Emerald Estate. Look at that shimmer. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty on the eyelid. I just dropped my makeup wipe on the floor. Actually, on my toes, to be more specific. Okay. There's also CEO, which is a really pretty gold color, and Money Heist, which is a kind of a I don't know, is that like a green gold shift? It's a more yellowy gold than this one is. It's very pretty. And then the other thing we have, well, there was that poison ivy. We already did that one. There's tax free, which is kind of an olive yellow shift, and divine intervention, which is a cool minty. Oh, I think I'm going to use that one for a highlighter. That's pretty. Okay, let's swatch them. Oh, that is so my highlighter. That is a really pretty color right there. It won't work for today's, but it's a kind of like a green gold almost. There is definitely some very, very pretty colors in here. All right. Now that we're done making the back of my hand several shades of green, where'd my fluffy go? Here's my fluffy brush. And I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to start with this heavy-weighted? Yeah, heavy-weighted right here. I love how the packaging is always like super heavy duty on these palettes. Makes it kind of fun, you know. Do I really need to spend $52 on green eyeshadow? No, I could go to ColourPop and get a little 9-pan of pretty greens that would work just as good. But it's kind of fun to have the things like this from time to time, you know. I definitely have a lot more makeup that's on the lower end of the spectrum cost-wise. And ColourPop is a really good one for that. It's good quality, but also more budget-friendly. Especially when they have their sales on the 9-pans. Little 9-pan palettes. I do have a green 9-pan palette from them, but I think it's the Mint to Be, so it's the really pale greens. Okay, so there's our heavy-weighted. I'm going to actually switch to the Morphe blending brush and grab Crocodile Tears right here, this really deep emerald color. There's, of course, this fallout in the pan, but we kind of expect that from pretty much any palette, right? Oh, I like that emerald. That's really pretty. Kind of deepens the crease in the corner without making it dark necessarily. It's a very pretty color. Actually going to bring that about halfway across the lid. Just kind of blend it up into that private island that we started off with. I don't know what I want to do next. I guess I'll do the other side real quick. They're very pretty colors. I like that there's a range of greens too. There's minty greens, there's like that more Kelly green, which is what I'm going for today just because of my shirt. But there's also the olives, various shades of the olives, and even with these two here, just kind of bright neon-ish greens. So it's got a nice variety of colors. And then you have this barely minty white up here, shimmer up here, and then like I said, your nice blending shade here, which is kind of nice. And there is Black Card Limit, which is, I'm pretty sure that's just straight up black, and Secret Stash is right next to it. Just realized I did not do the, ooh, this one's Secret Stash, and that one is Black Card Limit. Oh, look at that color. Okay, I gotta put it on my hand. Oh man, it's like a green black shift, and then Black Card Limit is just a sparkly black. Dude, I'm gonna have to use that at some point. I don't know that it'll work on today's look, but oh, that's a pretty color. You could do a really good smoky green eye with that, with Secret Stash. You could probably use like these two over here for your base and then put this over it and make a great smoky eye. All right, back to what we're doing though. Back to our green. Oh, I didn't bring it halfway across on this one like I did on the other side. I'm awake, I swear. Alright, so we've got our green. I think I have it up higher on this side now than I do on this side. Whoops. Definitely did window washer a bit higher on one side than the other. That's okay, that's easy to fix. Right, just blend it up further. I don't mind having my eyeshadow up to my eyebrows, honestly. I know some people like having that color gap there. I don't have a lot of real estate there. I am fine with having it all the way up to my eyebrows, basically. All right, so I think I am going to grab a little bit of Jaded, I think, and see if that's enough to just deepen a little bit more out here in the corner. If not, we will grab something else. But, a little bit. Wow. Sorry, I really gouged that pan. Apparently, I got a lot of fallout that time. And that definitely deepens it a little. See, clean up on aisle 9. Jeez, on aisle I. That's definitely gonna have to get cleaned up though. That's bad. Other than the hot mess going on right here, that's actually not bad. In fact, let me clean that up right now really quick. This is why I wait to do my face makeup. So that if I make a mistake like that, see, this side's fine. Well, there's a little fallout. But again, that's why I don't do my whole face first. I start with just my eyes, because then there is fallout. It's not a big deal. Okay, so was it just me, or is this one a lot lighter than this one? I feel like it is. Let me go back into this. See if I can't brighten that back up. It's still dark though. Whoa. What did I do? It's okay, we'll just fix it. Making this side darker? No, they look more or less the same, but I still feel like this one doesn't have the darkness up above as much. Like, maybe I just got this side down too far. Maybe I should grab another clean blending brush. Grab a little bit of that private island and clean back up the top. I think that actually worked really well. I just tapped off the excess because I don't really want to deposit more. I just want to help blend. I mean, I probably could have used just the straight up clean one, but I want to make sure that the green's not too strong. There we go. That's better. All right, now I'm gonna grab this guy with one of the flat but skinny ones, and I'm gonna grab heavy weighted first and go on the inside half at least of my lower lash line with that. Don't get it in your eyeball. That feels gross. Oh, but I absolutely did. Whew, good job. Oh, God. I forgot I peeled an orange with this finger. I'm pretty sure I just got citrus in my eye like a dork. Which wouldn't have happened if I hadn't gotten eyeshadow in my eye and then tried to get it out like a dork. Okay. All right, we're going to go, you know, I think I'm going to go straight to Jaded for the outside corner. I know it's not a huge difference in color. Is that? I like it though. All right, then I'm gonna grab this little flat brush, and I'm gonna grab Poison Ivy, just a tiny bit of Poison Ivy, that really super bright, and put it right here on the corner and see what happens. Oh, I like that bright pop right there. That's cute. I like using the little flat brush like this when I'm doing the inside corner, because you can control it better. I have an even smaller one, this little guy here, that I've used for that inner corner too. Actually, I have two that size somewhere, I think. But anyways, because you can control it better and just really get just that little tiny bit. And then I think I'm going to take Emerald Estate, which was this one. Just put it here with my finger, because shimmers, a lot of times they're just better using your finger. I like that. I like that a lot. It's not super bold, but it gives you a little shine. I wonder if I should maybe put Poison Ivy a little farther in. I've got to get it off my fingers first. This Maple Grip Wipe's not much good anymore. I have to grab another one. I was thinking of maybe grabbing a little that Poison Ivy and maybe bringing that over farther. Just kind of into the emerald a little. Oh yeah. What do you think? I definitely think I like that better. I don't mind having that emerald in there so that there's some shimmer farther over on the eyelid too. But yeah, in fact, I'm going to grab a little of that emerald here. Just make sure that the outside of the eyelid is that emerald color. I just put it on a different finger so that I didn't cross-contaminate. That way we can kind of blend out the edge of this lighter one. We just switch back and forth between fingers to blend it. Oh yeah, I really like that. That was a good idea. Okay, I definitely need a different makeup wipe now. Okay, right now I'm going to close that. I made a mess in my hand. And I've killed the other one, so it's not much help on cleaning my hand up. And I don't want to touch the rest of my face with a bunch of makeup on my hand. And I also need to clean up right here a little. I really got that green a little too far out. Right there a little too. Kind of wish I had green lashes or green mascara. I guess I do have a pair that has green on the ends of them. They're supposed to be kind of like Slytherin lashes. Okay, so for right now, we're closing this up because we don't need it right now. I'm going to grab, what do I have over here? This silicone-free priming moisturizer. Just like a little sample pack. I don't think I want that though. Let me just grab, sorry, I've got a lot of primers over here. Apparently, I'm going to go ahead for this one, the Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer from Ciate. What's weird about this is it has little pearls of, I totally missed my face with one of those. That sometimes come out and then you gotta worry about these little purple pearls of weirdness if you don't rub it into your face well enough. It's supposed to be up to 80 degrees again today, which is our summer weather, not our spring weather, usually. So, yeah, that's fun. I don't know what to think about that problem. But it also means high likelihood of sweating off my makeup, which is why we're going to go for a primer today. Sometimes if I'm just sitting around the house, I just don't even bother. But we plan on going Dick's Drive-In, that's usually up in Seattle, and they actually have a location in Kent, is going to have a food truck down in our area around noon. So we are going to go get some Dick's because Dick's is yummy. All right, I'm going to actually start with this right there. I think that is the only blinging blemish to be concerned about. It truly is. Oh, something got onto my beauty blender. Like, I saw something on it and I thought maybe one of the ants had gotten in here again because ants get everywhere and it sucks. But then when I went to wipe it off of my beauty blender, it streaked. So I just had to clean it a little. Just making sure there's enough coverage of it that when I put on the rest of my face that it's hiding under there. I really... this Becca makeup foundation, it is such a good coverage, but it's such a wrong color for me. And I keep wanting to use it so that I could at least use it up and not have it just go to waste over here. But it's so yellow and it's so hard to even get out of here. Okay, I'm putting a little bit on there, but then I'm also taking my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop in Porcelain and mixing that into it to cancel out the yellow a little, so that between the two I have hopefully a decent color. Oof, I might have just mixed up way too much of that on my hand. Awesome. I also definitely have way too much on my sponge, so I'm gonna have to before I start trying to really blend it out. I think that did actually kind of help neutralize. I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to use this Becca foundation is by mixing it with something else that cancels out the yellow, because I am not as yellow as this foundation. It is a really good full coverage foundation. So is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, to be perfectly honest. But that Becca foundation is so yellow, and I am not yellow at all. There's no yellow in my undertone. So I look horrible in the color yellow, for that matter. I definitely have way too much of this on the back of my hand. I should have used less, but oh well. Too late now. It's there. I'll use what I need, and so I have makeup wipes, right? Let's just really make sure we get it down and not have any kind of line. I kind of have a redness going on. I don't know why. I'm not usually a red person either, for that matter. The other thing that kind of helps is that I have a lavender powder that helps that purple will help counteract the yellow too. So between mixing it with my other foundation that's porcelain and then using the purple, it should be okay. I just feel like there's not quite enough right here on my cheek. Make sure I get under my eye, but not totally kill my eye look either. Do need a little more for my forehead. Yeah, I braided my hair when it was soaking wet for the same reason I'm wearing shorts and a tank top. I'm using primer because it's gonna be hot. Well, for me, hot. I don't do well in the heat, if anybody didn't know that. That's why I like living in Western Washington, because our weather here is usually pretty mellow, actually, overall. I mean, it does get warm, obviously, in the summer, but our idea of warm is high 80s to low 90s. That's our normal, which for somebody that gets physically ill, if they get too warm, it's a good temperature range. And even when it gets up into the high 80s, I'm dying. Yeah, I have way too much on the back of my hand still. And I'm definitely a tad on the yellow side. This somehow is still not covered, which baffles me, because not only did I put a little concealer on it first, but this is like full coverage foundation. But yet, there it blings. There it blings. Another drop of, that's just that Too Faced kit worn this way. Just trying to make sure it's not like all red. I mean, there's a good chance I'll end up... Dude, I cannot get rid of that spot. Why can't I get rid of that spot? Ugh, whatever. Alright, let's just make sure I have a huge line of demarcation into my hair. Blonde roots are already showing anyways, because the red's starting to fade pretty good. Can you even tell it's still red? It is still red, especially down here on the ends. Actually, you can really see it on the ends of my braids here. But the roots, where it's kind of that raspberry color, you don't see that as much as you once could. All right, I'm totally washing this off my hand now. I wasted a ridiculous amount of that. Well, lesson learned. Don't put so much on your hand when you're mixing two together. Well, that, and I may not have gone quite as heavy on my face because I'm really worried about it being too yellow. I mean, I still feel like it looks a little too yellow, which is where the next part comes in, and that would be the lavender powder. This is from Fenty, and this came in a BoxyCharm. I just use a little puff for this. Just pop that in, and you can use your beauty blender, you can use a brush, use what you like. I like to pat it in. Maybe it's because of how old I am. You put powder on with a puff back in my day, when I was a kid, when I learned how to do makeup, I should say. There weren't the options that there are now. Like, you didn't have the amount of brushes I have, nowhere near. You had one big fluffy one that you used for your blush, and you had one, and I really mean only one, for your eyeshadow, and you probably use those little sponge things and not brushes anyways. Now, that lavender does help a little. It doesn't help enough, I don't think, to super counteract. Like, I tried doing my whole face in the Becca one day, and yeah, no, I couldn't do it. It was so bad. I still feel like I'm too yellow and I look a little too pale, which is surprising because I'm super pale to begin with. But look at the difference between my arm and my face and the amount of yellow that's coming across. And you could say maybe some of it's because I've got green in my eyes and there's green or there's yellow and green, but that's not it. It's the foundation, 100%. But I really want to use it. I don't want to waste it. So here I am trying. All right, so let's put back away Fenty. And we are going to grab Take Home the Bronze in the color Oliver from the Balm Cosmetics. My favorite bronzer. And I'm going to use this angly brush. Just grab a little bit of that. Make sure I don't have too much. And just go right along the bottom half of my... Ooh, I say not too much. And then what do? I get too much. Or it just looks like too much because it's so much darker than the... Ooh, wow. Well, we got the shadow. Jesus. That really looks like I got way too much on there. This isn't really how this brush is supposed to get used. I'm trying to just buff this out because... Criminally, that's bad. All right, well, let's try to have less when I do this side. Well, except then if I have less, it's not going to look the same. That's bad. I might just have to use what's left of my beauty blender to help even that out. It's a really bad too dark. I mean, I guess that's one thing about this super pale. Yeah, that's bad too dark. That is bad too dark. And we just kind of all of that and kind of, and this is just whatever's still left in there. I didn't put anything else in there, obviously. But yeah, that did help actually a little bit. Wow, I really got that crazy bad. And then, I mean, I totally am using bronzer to help with the tone of this. I don't usually do like face edge contour because I don't really need it because I have an oval face and I don't need to make my face shape better. I'm just getting a little bronzer up here for the sake of the tone of my makeup and my face not looking crazy. All right, now I'm gonna move to this big fat fluffer here and Bing Beauty's Smoked Peach. I'm hitting pan on this one again, and this will go on the top half of our brow bone, kind of on the apples a little bit, and it's a nice mellow color, the smoked peaches, and I kind of have a peachy undertone anyways, so I tend to gravitate towards peachy blushes. Sometimes pink blushes are okay, but I really do tend to go for these more, the peachy colors. Why can't I get my sides straight? I've got the bronzer darker on one side and the blush darker on the other. Jeez. I mean, like, really, why can't I even these out? Come on. Apparently it is not my makeup day. Are they more even in a normal mirror? Is it just my camera? Don't mind the vampire skulls. I love this mirror. It's dirty. Ew. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how dirty that mirror was. Wow. All right. Now, the last fluffy brush is this one. And we're going to go back into the palette now for this. Whoops. It's got this cool mechanism, but I almost don't know why. You have to push this one knob this direction to then pull the whole thing up. We're going to go to Divine Intervention up here in the corner for our highlight. And it looks white, but then it's got a green shift to it, which is really kind of cool. I'll just highlight there a bit at the top of our cheekbone, which is kind of where the sun hits anyways. That's the biggest trick to highlighters is, I mean, yeah, accent what you want to have showing, but it's also best to put it where the sun hits naturally anyways. Like the tip of your nose, the top of your cupid's bow, the end of your chin, the middle of your forehead, and the high part of your cheekbone, like right here. I really do like this color. Oh, great. I blinged out my zit. Fun. I really like that as a highlighter. That makes a fantastic highlighter. Ooh, I shouldn't have closed that all the way. I just had an idea. All right. I just realized we never really truly finished our eyes. So we've got a red eyebrow brush because, you know, I'm blonde, but my hair isn't at the moment. I recently bought some aquamarine, so that will be the next color in my hair. You can't find eyebrow pencils in aquamarine. It's even hard to find a eyeliner in aquamarine that doesn't sparkle, and I don't usually want sparkly eyebrows. I'm pretty sure somewhere in here I have an eyeshadow palette that has a non-sparkly aquamarine that I bought the last time I did my hair that color. My brows, I don't go crazy. I just fill in what I already have. I do try to do kind of brush strokes in the front at least so it looks more natural. But then I just go, because this one's wide but skinny, so when I'm going down the length that I just take the wide side, well, at least here in the thicker part of it, just do it on the wide side and brush it over the hairs, and then I'll switch back to the skinny for the tail. And this just is how my eyebrows are. I don't pluck them, I don't shape them. The only time my eyebrows have ever changed their shape is when I got this little scar right here and this little scar up here, because yeah, car accident and not fun, and stitches, really not fun. Stitches above your eyes, so not fun. I feel like I'm not doing this brow as well for some reason. Did I like fail it in the hair strokes in the front or what? Or maybe this one's just thinner now. I don't know. I mean, anything's possible. This one did get a little bit taken out of the top of it, which seems to be more noticeable than the other side getting a little bit taken out of the bottom of it. Just brush that a little again just to make sure it looks right. Oh, I almost dropped my brush. There we go. Ah, eyebrows. They are not sisters. They are not twins. They're absolutely not twins. I mean, who's ever are. Besides, I can't do anything symmetrical today to save my life, so there is that. The real question is, do I want to do lashes or not? Well, we're going to start off with this NYX That's the Point and put a wing on it to get our main, just throwing mirrors around, to get our main line going here. Oh, I just had a great idea. Gonna have to find this other liner I've got here in a minute. Okay, I don't know what happened to this last time I used it, but somehow I just lost the whole tip. Where? I was going to say the tip went sideways on me last time I used it. And now it just fell out altogether. Ah! I'm going to block all over my finger in a minute because I dropped it again. I picked it up, I dropped it. I don't know what happened, like how this came loose in there. Now I definitely have eyeliner all over. Oh, God. Bad black eyeliner all over my fingers. Good thing I've got a makeup wipe. Oh, but it's a makeup wipe full of foundation I didn't use because I put too much on my finger. Dude, I am just a mess today. Ignore my hot messness going on. Wow. Yeah. Wish I had a Kleenex over here. But all I have is more makeup wipes. I don't know why I don't keep tissues on this desk. I have tissues on the other desk where I work all day long. Not on the makeup and craft desk. I don't know why. I really should. Or paper towels or something. I should have something over here. All right. Oh, and I even got foundation all over my marker because I got it on my finger. Okay, let's try this again. See if I can manage not to knock this back out. I don't know how it got knocked out in the first place. you have hooded eyes, you know that winged liner is one of the hardest things to do on a hooded eye. But if you're careful, you learn a few tricks, you can pull it off. Just going a little bit. I'm not going all the way in. I'm just doing a tiny bit into there. Yeah, the trick with hooded eyes is to not make it a perfect line with your eye shut. It's to make it a perfect line with your eye open. Because sometimes it needs to jog a little. Or what some people call a bat wing. Where it comes across a little and then it jogs. Oof. I can't even do a wing today. Wow. And I can't even just blame it on dropping the stupid tip of this marker. Like, I picked up the marker, I fixed it. And I can't draw a wing today. Alrighty, well, let's see if I can't make this one look somewhat like the other side, huh? I don't ask for much, just close. Everybody, you really sees both your eyes at the same time most of the time anyways, so as long as it's close enough. Oh god, I totally boogered up that corner. How far did I bring it? Only about a third. Well, that wing looks better than the other one, except for the boogered up underneath side of it. All right, put this away before I make a bigger mess with it. I need a Q-tip and a little bit of spit. I'd absolutely never do this on somebody else's face, except for maybe my daughter's. But she's my kid, so she's used to mom's spit. I'm just cleaning up that, because sometimes if you just get the end of a Q-tip a little wet with something, you can kind of fix that. Ooh. And you could use just water. I'm going to need to fix that color now, though. Where'd my little brush go? I lost my smudge color. But the wing looks better now. Okay. Looks fine on this side as well. Got my liner in about the same amount. For all of a sudden is that up here somewhere is a pretty green, where is it? A green eyeliner. There it is. It's from the ColourPop At Forest Sight collection. I think it's something about time. Spare Time, THYME. But it's a nice dark green, and I think it might look good in here. Kind of tie in that color. That's not horrible. Oh, now I wonder if I had a lighter green and I could have brought the color of the inner corner all the way. Yeah, that's a good color though, because as far as matching the eyeshadow on the outside corner, it matches pretty good. Eyes are red. The warm weather and the spring flowers might be great, but the allergies that come with it suck. I don't even know why I'm doing makeup other than I wanted to play with this, because I'll end up, unless I'm lucky, my eyes will end up watering and I'll lose like this whole outer corner of my eyeshadow and mascara and everything, because that's what happens when you have bad allergies. Okay, I'm gonna grab, what am I gonna grab? I still haven't decided if I want lashes or not. Well, I'm gonna grab my Thrive Cosmetics liquid lash extensions. I love this stuff. It is amazing. It really does help with making your lashes look nice and long and thick. I mean, mine are decently long. They're just, blonde. And they're decently thick. And they're decently curled. So I don't need a lot of help other than, in the visibility department. I mean, sometimes I'll wear a lash if I want a little extra oomph to the eye look, but in general, my lashes are not horrible at all. I went to beauty school with a girl that had the most phenomenally long lashes. They weren't super thick, but they were phenomenally long. It was just ridiculous. Actually, my daughter has pretty good eyelashes too. Her dad has long, thick, dark lashes, and she got them. She's a lucky girl. She's not even super into makeup. She's getting into it a little bit more now in her early 20s. But she, as a teenager, it was like I had to beg her to let me do her makeup for the 2 proms that she went to. And for her uncle's wedding, we had to like beg her to get her hair done and her makeup done with the rest of the girls. She's like, "Oh, my mom can just do my hair." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I can, but that's part of the experience. Go do it. Go get your hair done with all the girls. You know, that's part of being in a wedding party." That was pretty funny, and she looked great. She looked really cute for her proms too. And actually, I did do her hair for her proms, both of them. And her makeup for that matter. But she's kind of getting more into, looking into doing like cosplays and stuff like that. And well, you got to do makeup on a lot of things if you're going to do a decent cosplay. So she's starting to dabble. Regular makeup and, costume makeup. But see, that doesn't look bad. Actually pretty good. Even though I don't have on fake lashes, the lashes are pretty decent. There we go. I like it. I really like that brightness on the inner corner fading into that dark. I like the color palette. I really do. I mean, you could do a lot with this. Now the question is, what are we going to do for lips? I have a couple options. I mean, I could go with a more neutral lip like this to not distract from the eyes too much. But I also have 2 greens. I have... Ooh, I could do a black lip. Or this is actually a dark gray, but I have a black too. I have this green Cosmic Metals, which actually matches my shirt better than it matches my eye look. I just realized my eyes aren't quite the right color for this shirt, are they? I mean, they're close enough. The darker outer corner matches the shirt better, but I think that might be a little too crazy. But we also have a green Fenty lip, which is pretty cute. I think that might be a good way to go. But then I have a trick too. Whoops, don't knock it over. I've got to come here, you. We do have a green lip liner from NYX. Whoopsies. I knocked over that lipstick and I didn't have it closed. Wow. All right, let's do a liner. Okay, there we go. And I don't really overdraw my lips either. I go right at the outside edge of them if I'm lining. I might try to help out my Cupid's bow a little, but I don't overline my lips. I don't care that they're not big, huge, fat, full lips like some people have. Whatever. That's what I got. Oh, that's actually a pretty close color. The liner's just a tad bit more blue, I think, but... Don't miss half your lip. Oh, I actually do really like that with that. But we're not done. Because what we're going to do is go back into our Blood Money palette. Whoop. Back to that Poison Ivy we have on the inside corner of our eyes. And put it in the middle of our lips. And I just did it in that center. I didn't go all the way to the edges. Now, you could grab a lip brush if you wanted to really kind of try to blend it better. I usually just stick my lips together. Around a little bit. And that way you've got that nice deeper green out here on the corners. And just that bright pop in the middle. And it goes very well with the eyes, except now I just noticed I screwed up my lip a little. Ooh, that didn't work. I was trying to pull just the black off the end of the Q-tip, but I ended up pulling off the entire Q-tip end because I just noticed this one got a little unruly. I suppose I could have done that with my concealer brush, which is sitting right here, and I haven't used it for anything all day. Where is it? Here it is. I have a couple concealer brushes, honestly. This is the bigger one, but that is probably the better way to clean up this. Yeah, there we go. Do I need to fix the other side a little? A little. There we go. That's better. Anything else weird about it? No, I think that's it. There we go. There's our look. Our green look using the Blood Money palette by Jeffree Star. Bye, guys.